Hey, bubbling, coming in, crushing this art. All right, we're back at it. Today, the day is 19. Yes. So, straight up, if we look at its placement, we start to see that it's cardinal, double E. Yeah. Because we have 19 being digital root of 1. We have 31 being the digital root of 4 and 7 being the digital root of 7, creating this, all the cardinals, right? In the duality of 3, we have the cardinal, fixed cardinal, and mutable cardinal, whereas also it being 1, 19, the digital root of 1, 11 being the digital root of 2, and 3 being the digital root of 3 within air. Because the reason I chose these, they all correspond to air. Yeah, they're all within the air. And then these all share, these are all in the cardinal realm, being 1, 2, and 3. And these are all cardinal 2, just being in different realms. They're all air. They're all the different variations. So we start to see that it's very generative, very much. It's very cardinal. Yeah. It's very selfish. It finds itself not only in a selfish place, in a selfish realm, but coming from a selfish angle. And then we see how this comes across as air. So not necessarily completely selfish, right? Fire. It's trying to be relatable, and it's trying to bring this to other people and like have this be heard. Versus, say, earth or water. Earth's just trying to develop a role of responsibility and structure around it. Not necessarily get kind of new things to happen. It's still like a generator and trying to express and keep things sort of aloof. And same with 10. It's not trying to just go down and out. Just like it's not necessarily just trying to create new things. It's still trying to kind of be steady and yeah, and the role of expression and the role of creating. So yeah, that's a little bit about 19. We can see too, it would find itself in Libra. So it also, though, does find itself in the most fixed part of the zodiac in a way, at least in the meta. And then, yeah, it does find itself in Libra. So basically, we see, although it's coming from this very cardinal place, this more so has to do with the realms it's incarnate within, and the sort of flip side and the other. That there's a lot of, well, we're in water, so we're in completely being down and out and cardinal, and sort of creating ideas of body, of what's been done, of what is, or just creating it, arting of what is. And then we have the fixed, again, like what is, and the sort of continuing on, and then the air, like kind of generating based on, like you sort of know an idea, you get a theme, and now you're having to generate and express and sort of lead in a way from that. Yeah. So now if we go back and we start talking a little bit more about its multiplicative aspects, it is prime. So this just shows us that it's air, so it has an ability to find itself in communication, though, yeah, it is prime. It's also unique. So we start to see with this lack of any sort of movements besides 1 and 19, that it moves in a unique sort of way. Yeah. And so getting a little bit deeper into how its actual form plays out. So we understand that it is cardinal, and the wheel of 9, 19 is 1. So if we see, look here, if I go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, it would be 19, this first one right here. Also, we can find that by adding these together, 1 and 9 being 10, and then adding 1 and 0 together and finding 1. Yeah. So we can find that it is cardinal, and it's coming from this generative space, while it expresses itself through 1 and 9. So although its communicative role and its sort of, its communicative role and its personal structures are still this sort of Aryan quality, how it finds itself personally generating is through 9. So it's still going through 9 and going through this most mutable bring it back to how this would be, even though it's cardinal, a little more Aryan, say verse 1 over here, which utilizes 1 to express itself as well. This is sort of going completely down and out to find themselves, but still kind of sticking to systems and structure and roles of communication that are personal. But then your personability is really finding itself through mutable, or being in otherly lanes and sort of working out of circumstances like surfing more than anything else. Surfing, aka finding currents, circumstances, bodies, people, events that are inviting, and then finding yourself within them, aka like, like air, like reason, going within a body and now developing or arting with that, just like we do with our mind. So yeah. Yeah, 19, awesome. So we find that it's air, so it's expressive, it's very cardinal, so it's generative, and it's also coming from a place where it's trying to work through the environment, yeah, being air. So we have this doubly on like reason, on like making sure circumstance is backing how you're going to art out of. Sort of ability to find itself within its communications and wonderlands, create apt wonderlands. And then when we go down to that's it, and then when we go down to the place that it finds itself, though, it finds itself like the world is in the realm of fixity, aka it is what it is, and then expressing, or the realm, or not or, but and the realm of full moon scenarios, aka being all in, down and out, not having control, having to go with the full moon event, having to go with the event or circumstance, and then generating, and now arting and having something to say and do about that. So yeah, and also the doubly fixed, falling within the 5, within the Libra, the decans of the first 2 decans of Libra and the last 2 decans of Virgo, the 5. So it finds itself really kind of stuck, yeah, but it's still very personally generative. So it really does have this Lin energy, and that Bub is the having to work through circumstance, yeah, Lin being the current, and then Bub Lin being the like together, this ability to surf or work through, like the Bub being the person that's working through being under, hey, little man Bubs, and then the Lin being the beauty and the water, the circumstance. So yeah, that's really cool. 19. Anything to sum it up? I think that's about all I have to say. It's really cool. Air, cardinal. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, here I'll leave you on this sort of makeup so you can kind of see how it expresses itself. So we see within the realm it's 19, so it's 1, verse 2 or 3, it's 1, verse 4, 7, all the cardinals. So it's very cardinal, very generative, and it's also air, being the expressive. And then coming back to here, it finds itself in Libra, the realm of water cardinal, having to go completely down and out and generate out of, or fixed air, having to express over like sort of what is known, like having a thing already, a background, a present body, not necessarily a body, but something to realize, a dream that now you're working to realize and express. And then yeah, within 5, within like almost like it finds itself sort of stuck, and now it's trying to generate an art because of that in a way. Yeah, like my 5, I didn't put it up all the way. Anyway, hey, bubbling Citra Beach out.